Perfect. Right, I want to get these stripped out. Well, that's what's in there. Let's see if I can clean some of that off. Now, the more I look at the T27, the more I think it was a better driver than the HF 2000. I may be wrong. So I'm going to rewire these, so what I'm going to do is cut them so I can see the colours. Give that a good clean, glue the cover back on. Lovely jubbly. That's a beautiful condition driver. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Really, these speakers are all about this driver. Yeah, they were quite a special driver, really. Yeah, there we go. It's in lovely condition. It's not uncommon to see this glue round here. Yeah, cast aluminium chassis. Yeah, very nice. Right, so that's everything stripped out of this cabinet. So I can now repair it. So I'm going to fill where I need to and let that dry, and then it's a case of going around sanding everything back, coat of black on the front, coat of black on the back baffle or the rear panel, and then yeah, carefully vinyl wrapping this. So I'll roll the wrap into here and use that as my cut line and mask these up obviously before they're painted. Hopefully make them look pretty damn good. Right, so both of these cabinets are now completely stripped down, and what I want to do now is get all of these marks where we've lost the sharpness of the corners especially looking at ones like that. Get all those filled, and then I can sand back the entire cabinet and get the shape back into them again before I then thoroughly clean them and vinyl wrap them. So what I normally use, sometimes wood filler, but 9 times out of 10 car body filler. This P38 stuff, which is really easy to sand. You just have to mix it with the hardener, and yeah, you only get a small amount of time to work with it to get it on there, but it goes off quick, and then you can sand it back quickly. So I'm going to crack on and I'll show you the results shortly. Filler, filler night, you're fighting for your life inside a filler, filler, ow! Right, so that's the filler applied to all the bits that need it. It doesn't look pretty, but once it's sanded back, that will give us some nice sharp corners. Yeah, there we go. They're pretty beaten in the corners actually, quite surprised. But yeah, should look good. Right, so that's everything sanded back and hoovered off now. We've got nice sharp edges again. Corners are good. So yeah, I mean, we had to put a lot of filler on that, and it's amazing how much you end up sanding off, but that's what gives you the, you know, the lovely sharp edges now, like they should be. I've also gently gone up the corners just to feather those out as well. But yeah, flattened off all the scratches, sanded out. Actually, in a lot of it, we haven't gone through the veneer, but we have here and there. But obviously with all the corner nicks and things like that, there's no salvaging it. And once you get dampness in the veneer, you get this blacking. You can't really get that out, but that's really thin there now. I'm probably part through it. But yeah, so I will scotch cloth the front, because this front baffle will get resprayed and then vinyl wrapped. So yeah, the other one's over there. Yeah. Right, before I wrap this, I'm going to get a coat of satin black on the front of both of these. So I've cleaned this up and spirit wiped it, but what I will do is just go over it with the hot air gun on low, so there's no moisture on the panel. But I don't want to get it too warm, because I don't want the paint kind of drying instantly when it hits the surface. Otherwise it will just go all dusty, and yeah, it will look really blotchy. Sometimes if there's moisture on there, you can see it drying out as you go. So yeah, just make sure the area you're spraying in is, or the room you're spraying in, is warm, obviously well ventilated as well. I've got my extract fan running, and I'm not going to use much paint, so it won't take long. I've masked up the frequency response sticker there as well. It's actually shrunk, you can see that, so I'm hoping the paint will cover some of that up. Right, so there we go. That's all it needed, a good single coat, because obviously it's black underneath and we keyed it all up first. So we got a lovely satin finish on that, which is what it was. And once the paint is on there, again I go over with the hot air gun just to sort of flash it all off. And yeah, once I know it's dry, I'll take that masking tape off. But yeah, so all nice, no lumps or bumps, how it should be. Right, so as you've seen, I've just wrapped this one, and yeah, we've come out really well, I think. Hang on, let's carefully put it down. So yeah, we got some pretty sharp looking corners there with the vinyl. I haven't gone over it with a heat gun yet, which ultimately tightens up the vinyl, so that's good. It kind of activates the glue a bit better as well and seals it right in. But yeah, our corners are nice and sharp, and that satin black against the vinyl I think looks really, really good. So yeah, it looks like wood. The problem with the vinyl wrap is if you have to peel it off and put it back on again, you're guaranteed to lift up some of the wood underneath, and when you lay it back down again you'll have little bits and pieces underneath it. So if you can do it all in one go without having to re-peel it, then it makes for a really good finish. So 9 times out of 10 you need someone to hold the stuff up to stop it sticking down, but with a bit of practice it's okay. So right, I think that's looking pretty sharp. I think that's going to be the end of part 2. I thought I had enough vinyl to go around both of these, and I haven't, so I've only managed to do that one, which isn't a problem. So I put the woofer back in as well just to see how it's looking. But yeah, looking nice and sharp. Well pleased with that. That is very difficult to tell that that's not wood. So yeah, the others sanded back, ready to go. So yeah, next video, obviously I've wrapped one of them. I'm not going to do that again in the third video. So the third video will be covers, crossovers, and yeah, just final assembly and measure up really. So yeah, they're nearly done. So if you're after a pair of these, drop us an email, because it won't be too long until they're finished. Right, thanks for watching. I will catch you on part 3 or something else beforehand.